Hey guys, round two's over. Some were winners, some were losers. Let's get into the round two recap. The first game saw the Dragons taking on the Rabbitohs. Now I got 6 out of 8, let's just get away. I got 1 out of 8 last week, so I was very happy with this. This was a game I was very close to the margin. I said Rabbitohs by 14 points. The Dragons look really promising in the first half with a 4-point lead, I believe. But Rabbitohs obviously showed their full effect, full force. Sam Burgess and is it Cameron Murray? I believe he's a really good player, a force to be reckoned with, and a 34-18 win for South Sydney Rabbitohs. Wayne Bennett is definitely making an impact on that team, and we're starting to see that. The Dragons look really flat. Players like James Graham, I think, are playing really well. But, you know, Corey Norman really needs to improve. I said that last week as well. He's trying, you can see they're all trying, but I really don't like Widdop at fullback, and hopefully Dufty's given a starting position soon because he makes a difference in the Dragons team. The second game saw Canberra taking on the Storm. Now this is always a game that the Storm win and they flog, but I just went with my gut and I went with Storm by 12, and me and Freeney 1-2-1 in the tipping comp got the margin of Storm by 12. The Raiders didn't play too bad. There was a really good try there from Jared Croker. I had money on Josh Addo-Carr to score, and he still hasn't scored 1 try all season, which is a shame, but you could call this the Suolasi Vunivalu show after getting a triple in the first half. What an outcome. So it was 22-10, and I didn't see the Raiders winning, but some people picked them. But I didn't think it was going to happen, but the Storm are obviously a dominative side and will continue to be next week, I think. Next up on Friday night, we had the Broncos taking on the Cowboys, the Queensland Derby. I got to say, this game was disappointing in the sense that I tipped the Cowboys, injuries as well, but I have to give props to the Broncos. They had a really damaging side. They showed young potential of what this season will show, and a 29, yes, a field goal, 29 points to 10. I mean, it's not a Queensland Derby without a field goal. There's a guy, Tamalolo, played about 10 minutes before he got injured. Tavita Pangai Jr., amazing player. I definitely should have had him in my Supercoach team. I reckon he would have been a force to be reckoned with, scoring lots of points throughout the week. But the Cowboys, I don't know what they got this season after watching the way that they played. Tamalolo is a big loss for them. He's going to be out for 6 to 10 weeks now. But the Broncos looking really good. Corey Oates, Darius Boyd, quite a good team they've got. And obviously Pangai Jr., we'll have to see what they can do. Moving on to Super Saturday, we had the Cronulla Sharks up against the Titans. This was a game I thought the Sharks would win quite comfortably. I tipped the Sharks by 8. They won by 14 points. It was 20 points to 6. I can't say much about the Titans at the moment. They look really flat. I don't know when their first win of the season is going to be. They're a bit unpredictable at the moment. I can't say much about the Titans. It took how long? It took about 60 minutes for them to score a try, because if you think about it, 40 minutes last week, 100 minutes. It took a whole half. But anyway, let's talk about the Sharks. Sean Johnson played a bit better than last week, but overall the Sharks aren't looking too good, but they did outwit. Andrew Fafita looked alright, but there's not too much to say this year about Cronulla. Second game of Super Saturday was the Knights at home taking on the Penrith Panthers, and the Penrith Panthers here striked back. Both teams I thought were really average. It was a 14-16 win for Penrith. James Maloney really stood out. He played really dirty in some parts, but you got to do that in footy, and he made some amazing tackle. There was one on Connor Watson, I believe. It was bone rattling. Amazing tackle. Probably the tackle of the week in my opinion for that. And then you got the Knights, who I spoke about last week. Players like Edric Lee, they've got new buys. They played well again, but it just wasn't enough to get them over the line. I'm still getting used to this Ponga change. I think Ponga really suits the fullback role, like Widdop, like Dufty, sorry. But we'll have to wait and see what he does and how many tackles he can make, and if he makes it to Origin this year. The last game of Super Saturday was the Manly Sea Eagles hosting the Sydney Roosters. And here we go. This was my game of the week. This was a game everyone was expecting the Roosters to flog Manly. I picked Roosters by 14. The Roosters won by 8 points. Manly had a really good comeback. I had a really close multi for this game. However, Latrell Mitchell was not able to score. Moses Sully was, which surprised me. But that Moses Sully try was really good to Manly. The Roosters were so dominative without Cronk, and Keary stepped up as a leader. The turf in this area, wow, Brett Morris complained about it today after a knee injury. Someone's going to get hurt. The grass, I understand it was raining, it was just falling apart, and that needs to be looked at by the NRL officials. But this was a really good game to watch. It was close, it was tense, and you didn't know how it was going to end. I think there was about 8 minutes to go when it was 18-26, and that's when you thought, holy shit, are Manly about to beat the Roosters? It's been a long time coming, but I don't think many people tipped them. But if you're a Manly fan, there's a lot to look forward to with your side. I think you've got a lot of potential, and you played a lot better against the Roosters. Round of applause to the Parramatta Eels for going 2-0. First 2 wins of the season, and hopefully a lot more to come. This Parramatta side against the Bulldogs, I started to worry because it was 10-0, but we maintained ourselves really well. Blake Ferguson's such a good buy, a 36-16 win, and doubles to both Gutho and Ferguson. Dylan Brown's NRL debut try was really cool to watch as well. It was a great game to be at. It started to rain towards the end, which was a shame, but we all stuck in there. If you haven't checked out yesterday's vlog, I'll leave a link in the description for you. As for the Bulldogs, there's not a lot that I can talk about, but Dylan Napa played really well, and we'll have to wait and see how they perform, because they're looking like the favourite for the spoon. And I'm sorry to say it if you're a Bulldogs fan, but you've got a long way to go. Last but not least, this is another one that I got right, was the West Tigers taking on the Warriors. The Warriors last week had a strong win over the Bulldogs 40-6. This was, I can't remember if it was 32 or 34-6. I think it was 34-6. Don't quote me on that. Win for the West Tigers. Mahe Fanua try was really good, but I really want to speak about Robbie Farah. This is a player who's been playing for a long time now, different clubs. I believe he's now got 3 tries and 4 try assists. What a gun player. Good on him. The Tigers look like a big threat this year. We'll have to see how consistent they are in these games. They've got the Bulldogs next week, so they're at the top of the table now, and they could remain there for a while, especially Parramatta being second, having the Roosters. But yeah, guys, what a week of football it was. You will have to wait till tomorrow. Normally these videos do include my predictions. I'm going to wait because of so many injuries for the team announcements. Then I'm going to post my predictions video, and hopefully I'll see you guys then. And if you didn't see already, if you watch my NRL videos, I unfortunately will not be at the Eels and Roosters game, as it's my girlfriend's birthday on that night, so I won't be there. My next video, however, vlogging, will be the 22nd of April at Bankwest Stadium against the Tigers. Thanks for watching, guys.